Hello there. What is going on, everyone? We're going to be looking at the Geonosian Warriors today because Atomic Mass Games is doing previews again. So it's nice that the dry spell is nearly complete. We're going to be getting new Legion expansions next month. So very cool. January 19th, the Geonosian Warriors are going to be hitting store shelves. That's the street date. Heck, some reviewers have already gotten review copies. Some, not me, little jealous. I'll admit it, but happy for those who have already gotten them. But we do have a great opportunity to talk about Geonosian Warriors. Not a whole lot of new information on them. One little key piece that's new, but it's nothing wrong with talking about them again because they're coming out soon, and we are also in that phase where it's been nothing new for a long time. No news, nothing to talk about. And I'm excited to see AMG start publishing more articles, talking about stuff. Hopefully, we'll get some other new articles. I'd like to see more stuff about things that we kind of already knew were coming. I want to learn. I want to see more spoilers for like the Bad Batch and things like that. I don't expect a whole lot more spoilers until we get to Adepticon, but I am certainly looking forward to taking a look at the Geonosian Warriors and getting them on the tabletop. Honestly, I think they're going to be really good for the Separatists. I think this whole wave of Geonosians between Poggle the Lesser Sunfak and the Geonosian Warriors are going to be pretty game-changing for Separatists. And that's a good thing. I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to look at these guys. Again, we've already talked about them a little bit. But we're getting nice brand new high-res graphic images, spoilers from them too. 45-point core. You're getting, typical four dudes in there. 1 health, 1 courage, white defense die. Surge for defense, so not too bad there. Double dice attacks. So range 1 to 2, a black and a white. Or you got black dice for melee. They have a heavy and a personnel, and no other upgrades. So no comms or equipment or grenades or anything like that. The lack of grenades is actually potentially something that's gonna hurt them because they have tremendous mobility, and losing that grenade slot means that even if they're able to get into range 1, it's not going to give them that red die and surge to crit. So those sonic blasters are not getting any kind of surge through grenade support. Now they have a free ability called Jump 3. It's going to let them jump, and the jump is also a move action that lets them ignore that terrain. So means they can potentially move 3 times in an activation, which is really cool. They also have scale, and they have Death from Above and Weighed Down. So Death from Above and Weighed Down are the 2 new abilities. Basically, if they're above you, when this unit attacks, it ignores cover if the unit's unit leader is overlapping a piece of non-area terrain of greater height than any terrain the defending unit's leader is overlapping. So basically, if they're above you and shooting down into you, then you don't get cover. That's a pretty big deal. It's kind of like Sharpshooter 2 in a way. It's similar, but it's got that stipulation that they got to be above you. So it's and then of course Sharpshooter 2 has a few other special interactions. Sharpshooter does, but Death from Above is pretty cool. And just frankly, ignoring cover is a big deal. Weighed Down is also interesting. This one's a negative ability. If they have a claimed objective token, they can't use the jump keyword, which means basically, while they do have tremendous mobility, once they get that claimed objective token, they're not going to have tremendous mobility anymore, but they'll still have normal mobility. And that's a pretty big deal. Normal mobility. Once you've already got your tremendous mobility to get in, then, of course, then you can run out, leave like normally, and maybe have your other Geonosian Warriors use their tremendous mobility to tie up anybody who would try to stop these guys from kind of grabbing the football and running towards the end zone. All right, that's kind of how all of that looks to work. Honestly, good close range threat. Having a lot of dice sometimes kind of is even better than necessarily having surge to hit. So again, we want surge to hit, but there are ways within the Separatist factions to get surge tokens on units, depending on who you pair them with, if you're running aggressive tactics or not, things like that. So surge tokens can happen. So it's not like they'll be completely without surge. It's just not going to be as easy as saying, "Oh, let me toss a frag grenade on them," and then once they get really close, then I toss a red die in there too, and then surge to crit and all that. So it won't be quite that easy. Not that frag grenades are easy to employ. They are still, but you're getting at least range 1 to 2, so it will only be a, when you already have to get fairly close, having to get to range 1, it usually isn't that hard, especially when you've got up to 3 moves per activation that you can make. So these guys will probably have almost no problem at all using frag grenades. So maybe it's a good thing they didn't get those, because they're, for 45 points, while they are more expensive than the B1s, they're still a pretty good deal for the number of abilities that they have and how much abilities and mobilities they have. So pretty cool stuff. Also, little admin stuff. I want to thank today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens. These are full metal double-sided. They're gorgeous. They're shiny. They come in different finishes. You can get the blue order tokens. You can get the red order tokens. You can get the double-sided suppression with the 2 on the back, damage with the 2 on the back. So you can be 1 damage, 2 damage. Very cool stuff. Orders that use code Crabbok VIP are going to save 15%. So head over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Don't forget to use that code. Also, you're going to get a free lightsaber nunchuck Crabbok token if you spend $35 or more and use that code. So they make great prize support. They make great stocking stuffers. So for your holiday shopping needs, these are excellent opportunities. Get your orders in as soon as possible. And don't forget that code. Also, you are gonna love these for prize support. Did I already say prize support? I think they are. I think I did say prize support. Anyway, check them out. I use them in all of my games. They're wonderful tokens. You are going to love them. We are gonna also take a look at some of the upgrades. I'll start from this side. You've got the Sonic Cannon Warrior. This is your heavy, 25 points. You're also range 1 to 2, so it's in sync with the rest of the unit. You're going to gain a white, a black, and a red die. You're also going to gain Impact 1 and Scatter. Scatter is a big deal here. You can pull units out of cover. This is probably better for a combined arms unit, because Scatter might not be a big deal if all of your forces are taking the high ground with all the mobility they have. You might not really care that you can pull them out of cover. So, I mean, Scatter is going to be more impactful for everybody else who doesn't have Death from Above. So, like your B2s, again, because we know from looking at Sunfac and Poggle the Lesser, that expansion, that B2s are going to be very desirable to be run alongside some Geonosians. So I think like the Sonic Cannon Warrior is going to work well, but I don't know if you'll want to run all Sonic Cannon Warriors. And so moving for your other heavy option, the Force Pike Warrior. This is a double-sided card. So we were looking at 2 different cards here. We saw the first side back at was a Mini Stravaganza. He's got a suppressive attack. He's 15 points. Definitely cheaper, but he doesn't add an extra ranged attack. So he's there for melee. It says add a Force Pike Warrior. When this unit performs a move action, you may flip this card before placing the movement tool. And then, of course, it becomes an overrun attack weapon that has a black and 2 white. It has overrun and suppressive. So it's still suppressive. You add the overrun keyword, allows you to make an overrun attack while you're moving through a unit. It says, while this unit performs an attack action, you may flip this card before the declared defender's step. So the timing on both of these is really interesting. And of course, the overrun side, this is the card that was not previewed at Mini Stravaganza. So this is the new one that people are going to be talking about. Although we did know that it had overrun, so we kind of had a pretty good idea of how it worked. But we didn't know that it was going to let you flip back in the same kind of way, although I'm sure many may have guessed. So this is pretty cool. Basically, I guess there's, I don't know if you really needed to flip the card, or even if you could have just written both versions on the same card. Like, hey, but it is what it is. So when they're moving through, at any time they could overrun somebody, they can, of course, flip the flip the card and be able to use the overrun weapon. And then when they're getting ready to do a normal melee attack, they can then flip the card before they declare the defender to, so whenever you need one, you can use it. So it's kind of like both weapons almost, but it's not technically at the same time. So you don't, nobody's trying to say, oh, I'm going to add both of these weapons because, for one, this one's the one's a melee, and then this one is an overrun. So you wouldn't be able to use them at the same time anyway. And who knows, like for good future proofing, if there was something that added dice from all available units. I think it's gonna probably have some implications into what basically how which side of the card is face up once your activation is over. I wouldn't be surprised if there's just some good future proofing with that, and that's why they probably decided to make it a flip card, and also allows them to put more text on there and make it a little bit cleaner, and also more in sync with other weapons and flip cards that are out there. But it's nice to see that it can function as an overrun attack or a melee attack, and basically you flip to it whenever you need it. Because that's the way it's worded, that's exactly how it seems like it would go. So I don't know if there's really a whole lot more to say about that one. Although it is interesting to see overrun on a trooper, because we haven't seen overrun on a trooper before. So, or at least a small base trooper. So that's pretty interesting. And then of course we have an 11-point Geonosian Warrior for your personnel, so you can just add an extra Geonosian for 11 points. And that's really about it. That's about it for this preview. They're Geonosian Warriors. We're probably going to get more previews. We're probably going to get Poggle the Lesser and Sun Fac. I think those guys were already fully spoiled, though. So, I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of new stuff. But, of course, we'll talk about the article. We'll get probably better, higher resolution versions of their command cards. Again, they were spoiled at Mini Stravaganza, and we were talked about. But they were, they were a little bit blurry. Again, like, we're getting like captures of captures and things like that. So there's some pixelation and there's some loss with the image quality. So it'd be nice to get new versions of those. We're looking at January 19th. Now, these are up for pre-order now. If you want to pre-order them from Asmodee or your local FLGS, your local game stores, get your Geonosian Warriors previewed. Also, we are doing the Life Day giveaways all throughout December. 12 days of Life Day is in full effect right now. Today's winner is going to win a $25 Amazon gift card that they can put towards the Geonosian Warriors or a gaming expansion of your choice. All you have to do to enter to win any of the giveaways that we're doing is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Today's winner is Metal Player 1111. Congratulations, Metal Player 1111. Shoot me an email at mailcrabbok@gmail.com. We'll get you squared away. It's as simple as that. If you didn't win, don't worry. There's more giveaways to come. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment. I have a question for you guys too, if anybody's still watching. And one thing I'd love to see in the comment section is there's some algorithm issues that have been going on real quick. So I'm curious if you search for Crabbok in YouTube, whatever the first video that comes up, watch that and tell me what it suggests to you guys. I'm trying to put some information together, what it suggests to you when that video is over, if you do a search for Crabbok specifically, because there's been sometimes it will not recommend, it'll recommend something off the wall or completely unrelated, or versus sometimes it will actually recommend something that's something that you would be interested in, and that's what I'm trying to find out. So if anybody would care to do that, let me know what kind of results you're getting in the comments section below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible. Thank you so much for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Always wash your socks and have a great day.